Adding a countdown timer is an easy method to engage a player into your game. It's been done time and time again. So let's take a minute and show you how you can easily implement this into your own game. Inside of our canvas, we've created an empty game object that we've called a timer. On that timer, we're going to attach our countdown timer script afterwards. Inside this game object, you can also go ahead and create the look of your timer. For an example, we have this simple image, which is the box, the text, which tells you what the timer is about. Most importantly, you'll have to have your seconds and your minute as two different game objects. Once you've created your seconds and your minutes, we're going to jump over into our scripts. Let's go into our script folder and go ahead and create a new script. Ours is already created, and we've called it Countdown Timer. Let's go check it out. The first thing you'll want to do is initiate this using UnityEngine.ui, which will allow you to access your text from your script. Next, you want to set up a few variables, and these are pretty straightforward. You're going to need 2 variables for your seconds, 2 variables for your minutes, 2 more variables, which is how you're going to be accessing your text. This here can be disregarded as it is a bonus that we'll show you towards the end of the video. So first, set up 2 private floats. One's going to be called current time in seconds, and we're going to set this to 0. We're going to set up another float, which is going to be starting time in second, and we're going to set this one to 59. We're going to do the exact same thing for the minutes. In my case, I've chosen my starting minutes to be 9. Essentially, my timer will last for 10 minutes. As far as those 2 variables are concerned, we're simply going to serialize them so we can access them in the inspector right over here. We're going to set 2 texts. So text, one's going to be for your seconds, and then one's going to be for your minutes. Once again, you can disregard this one for now. This here can also be disregarded as it is used for my high score tracking. So the first thing you want to do is whenever the game starts, you want to set your current time to whatever you've chosen to be your timer's length. So your current time in second is going to be equal to your starting time in second, and the same thing will apply for your minutes. Once you've done that, you're simply going to go inside of an update function. You can disregard these again, and this is where the magic happens. It's a very simple function. It is an if-else statement. So to start this statement, we're going to say that if the current time is greater than 0, we're going to take our current time and subtract 1 every second, and we're going to do this by multiplying this by time.delta time. This little section here will make it so that your timer will start at whatever you've set it to be, which is, in our case for the seconds, 59, and it's going to go down by 1 every second, so 58, 57, and so on. The section where the else function lies will allow us to change the minutes whenever that our seconds reach 0. Once it reaches 0, we're going to enter this else statement. We're going to take our current time minutes, and we're going to subtract 1. And we're going to take our seconds and we're going to set them equal again to our starting seconds, which is 59. And that's it. This is all you need for your timer. This will make your seconds go down every second. Once they've reached 0, they will subtract 1 from your minutes, and your timer will start again at 59 seconds and start all over again. The last thing you need is to simply change this visually into your game, and this is what this little section is for. We're going to take those 2 variables that we've set up in the beginning, these 2 here. So the countdown text seconds.text is going to be equal to your current time in seconds. This here is a float, so we need to change it over to a string, so .toString. And this little section here is to show any decimals if you want to show some. You would do so by simply putting a decimal and how many you want to show. You're going to do the exact same thing for your minutes, and you're done as far as the script is concerned. Once again, you can disregard this little section here as this is bonus material. So let's go back into Unity. We're going to access our timer game object that we had created. We're going to take our countdown timer script and simply add it as a component. Once that's added, these here for you will show as empty. You're going to take your second, we're going to put it with the seconds, and you're going to take your minutes and put it with your minutes. Once you play your game, this is what it should look like. You can see that the timer starts at 9 minutes and 59 seconds. It's going down every seconds, and once it reaches 0, this will drop down to 8, and this will start over at 59. Just like this. So as a bonus, let me show you a couple things you can do with your timer. So in our case, let's say that our timer reaches near 0. We want to add some sound effects to increase the sense of urgency. So what I've done is set up 2 audio sources. One is for whenever the timer is reaching 2 minutes, and this one's going to be used for whenever it reaches 1 minute. We're going to stay inside of our update function, and we're going to add these new if statements. The first thing we'll do is have a consequence if the timer reaches 0. You can do this by simply saying that if your current minutes are smaller or equal to 0 and your current seconds are also smaller or equal to 0, something will happen. In our case, our Fairlight is going to go to 0, which will cause a game over. What? You can also do other things, such as maybe adding some sound effects. So you simply need to choose the time that you want the sound effects to start. In this case, I have one that starts at 1 minute and 59 seconds, and another one that starts at 0 minutes and 59 seconds. So essentially, this is 2 minutes, and this here is 1 minute. And that's all there is to it. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you'd like to see how we've actually implemented all of this into our game that we're currently developing, Cabela's Descent, which is a speed running game, check out the video right over here.